You all will have to help me a little bit with the audio balance and what it looks like. Because I think the little overlay I have looks okay. The little chat overlay. But I'm not sure. Has it come up yet?
Yes, it has.
Okay.
Yes, it has.
That's good.
Alright, let's not screw up that again.
Alright, so we're going to play some Hearts of Iron 4, or I'm going to play. I'm not great at the game because I've just recently bought it, but I'm enjoying it enough so far. We're playing with some mods. So I'm playing, I decided to play Finland. We'll see what happens. We'll see if I get invaded by the Soviet Union. I'm gonna turn historical AI off, and I don't want Iron Man. I hope we get somebody in the, to come and watch and talk in the channel, because otherwise it's gonna look really silly having that chat window there with nothing in it. Okay.
Back.
So let's see. I'm playing with Road to 56, which gives a whole bunch of focus trees for other stuff. I'm also playing with some increased resources, and more factors than 50. And I'm playing with colored buttons, because it makes it easier to see what you're doing. Oh good, I start with... Huh?
So these are the things that you need to finish, and you get stuff for finishing them?
Those are my national focus. These are researches that I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and get construction and machine tools going, as well as electric engineering. Those are all useful. And they start me off on the industry side. But yeah, my national focus, I do a thing, and they will, these are how you, like, do political events and stuff like that. They'll also get you bonuses for technologies and expand your infrastructure, your armies, etc., etc.
Got it.
Let's see. Where are my research slots? I've got one down... No, that's not it. This is one here. And this is one here, too. However, I can't get this one until I have more than 50 factories, but that means I should do this one first. So it'll take 70 days of real time, or not, in-game. I have low manpower, I have very low oh goodness. My manpower is going to be a major problem, I just noticed. I do not have that many people. What are my conscription laws? Limited. But even so, it's not going to be very much. I'm short a little bit of aluminum. And I have not that many factories. No, I have... I'll make an artillery. And I'll be low on that too. That's fine. That's fine. Divisions. I'll just put all my divisions in one army for the time being. And I'll give that guy. Let's see, civilian factors are typically a good thing to build at the start of the game. How about some infrastructure? Do I have any? I have a little bit. Do that. Civilian factories are needed to build all the other stuff that you have, so obviously the more civilian factories you get, the faster you can build other things. So they are good to build in the early game, and you may want to build some later on. I have one naval dockyard. That means I should make some convoys and not have any materials. Perfect. And let's turn the speed on. And let's turn it up. I have a small Finnish fleet. What are they? 2 heavy cruisers, some continuous focus setups. I forget what this is. Sure. I have some ships, a few subs, and some heavy cruisers. I'm going to set my army to exercise so that I can get some army experience that I can use to later modify my division templates.
So you need army experience to basically organize and structure your army more so than just quote-unquote make them better.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and assign a front line to the Soviet border just so I have troops stationed there. And let's see. I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna go ahead and just draw an attack order. I can't, obviously, because I'm not at war with the Soviets.
You're not at war with anybody yet.
Yeah, I'm not at war. But apparently it helps to have there because it builds up a planning bonus for your troops, which does something. I don't know. Anyway, my first national focus completed because I would put it on really fast speed. So the next thing I want to do is I want to get another research slot. Thankfully, it was right here at the start, so that'll mean I can research 4 things. Germany has remilitarized, which is usually what happens because it basically says, where is their thing? It adds a bunch of building slots to their country.
Right. I see that there's some that have like a red arrow between the two. I assume you can only take one of those particular pairs when the time comes.
Yeah, mutually exclusive things, so you can only choose one.
So the Soviets are all over your border right now.
Yeah, but I'm all over theirs as well. However, nobody's actually fighting or anything, so they're just basically there. Troops on the border is perfectly
normal.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a war situation. It's a, you know.
All right, so I got a notification that I can modify my government. So this is all of my government tab here. I can appoint a whole bunch of things. I have a number of political advisors that I can appoint, and they'll give me various bonuses and things like that. Like this guy, I might want to appoint him because he's a captain of industry. He makes my factory construction faster and other stuff like that. This guy is a fascist demagogue. He will raise my fascism in my country if I wanted to go to the Axis.
Gross.
If I wanted to go communist. And then there's also a Democrat.
Don't be a fascist.
I was going to try and side with allies.
Yeah.
This guy will increase my political power gain, so actually, I might want that. Political power I need for anything diplomatic, basically.
Do we have any friends?
I'm going with that. We are not allied. We have no faction.
Well,
my first bit of research is done. What is the state of my industry or weapons and things like that? So I have support equipment, I have basic weapons, I don't have motorized cars. I have a little
Hey,
bit of
Fogel.
artillery and no tanks.
So I hear you're learning EU4.
No
Nope.
Hearts of Iron.
Lots of Iron 4.
Oh, I know nothing about that. I know EU4.
Yeah, this one's a little different.
Yeah, it is.
So, are the Prussians gonna kill you?
No, the Prussians are not around. They were already beaten up.
Impossible. They must have fought in Nepal.
Hang on. Wait, what? This is Hoi 4. Prussia's already gone.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It's a joke, man.
Cool. Let's get some more research time decreases.
Let's learn to science better.
Yeah, basically. Once I get my fourth research slot, which should be in a few minutes, Czechoslovakia starts a border fortification project due to increased tensions with Germany, and at the recommendation of Allied France. Oh, they basically made their own Maginot Line. Key sources from Germany suggest that Chancellor Hitler is furious. I wonder if that means
Good
that they built up the Sudetenland. Yeah, they did. They added a bunch of forts in the Sudetenland. Too bad Germany can just demand it.
Did they have claims over it or something?
They can get a claim for it. Oh, that's right. Italy starts the game at war with Ethiopia.
Yeah.
They're trying to colonize?
Yeah, and Ethiopia always loses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Which, if
people
you've
can
actually
get
studied
pissed.
that conflict, is not a surprise.
Yeah.
All I see is a bunch of Europeans in Africa. That's gross.
Yes.
All right.
Welcome to the results of colonialism. Ethiopia was the only independent state left.
Yeah. Let's see. So, I got. Should I be? Maybe I should be rushing down to get Allied protection. But I have to be independent. I can't be in a faction. Allied leanings, Stalwart North. That'll take about a year in game to do, if I rush down that way. Arctic Ocean, or I can build up my infrastructure. I'd like some more factories. Let's do that.
Usually there's one thing that, there's one discrete point where you want to hit. And after that, your gains are not as significant.
Yeah.
In EU4, it's Miltech 7.
Let's get some basic weapons and equipment. Machine tools are finished. This allows me to get... what do I want? Concentrated industry or dispersed? Dispersed protects them against bombing.
How likely is Russia to bomb you?
I don't know. I don't think
Wasn't that more
Russia has a
British?
great air force. They're more on
more likely to
land.
march on you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
well,
just
wasn't the
go
bombing
with-
guys like Britain in the US?
It was Germany.
Oh. Huh.
We'll think about Battle of Britain. I'll go with concentrated industry. Concentrated basically gives me... Both of them give me more factories per state, but concentrated gives me a little bit more at the expense of no bonus to factory bomb protection.
Well, all you need to do is kill them first. I don't see a problem with this.
Was this before or after the Winter War?
I'm not sure.
Just look at the date up on top.
Yeah, I
It's-
don't remember the dates for the Winter War. Are you at war with Russia right?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm deciding who I want. I could get research concern, theorist. I can get Niels Bohr as a theorist eventually, if I have a specific focus completed. That's neat. And give me nuclear research time down and just general research time down as well.
Are we even going for nuclear stuff this run, though?
I don't know, I haven't used it. Nukes aren't that great, honestly.
That, and you probably get an immediate shit fit thrown at you for using one.
I don't think anybody cares, to be honest. I'm gonna go with an industrial concern. It decreases it decreases the time it takes for me to research industrial stuff, which is all my factories and infrastructure.
$1939.
Was the Winter War?
Yeah.
So that's what I'll have to watch out for. But I did turn historical focus off.
Ah.
So they might invade me earlier, or never. I'm gonna go for excavation, which will make my natural resources give a little bit more. I don't have very many natural resources to begin with. So oh, there goes the Spanish Civil War.
Nice.
And we're off.
Yep. This always happens. They always break up in the same way.
What is the Spanish Civil War? I don't know much about World War II history.
So Spain basically broke up at this point in time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was like that's basically what all it was. Is they broke up and they fought between themselves. They fought between fascism and communism in this game, basically.
Yeah, they had a little fascist outbreak.
There's a little more
I think
nuance
national.
to that.
Yeah, there is. I think nationalists won. I think the fascist side won because Francisco Franco is the name that everybody, or that's the name.
General Franco was the leader, and he won, and he ruled Spain a long time until the old Spanish royal family managed to instate a coup.
The Stockholm Communique.
Yeah, the current king of Spain is the guy that got rid of
Swedish
Franco.
head of state Gustav V was asked to head the state to a meeting in Stockholm to discuss the political and economic challenges that lie ahead of more uncertain Europe.
You should attend them and be friends with the rest of the countries in the north.
Yeah, Sweden. I gain a better opinion of Sweden, and they gain a better opinion of me.
Yep.
I mean, that means Sweden's less likely to just.
It means that if I wanted to, I could try to form like a Scandinavian alliance, or maybe Sweden will ask me to join one. There's a lot of alliances now that I'm playing with this mod. Oh, it's the 11th Olympiad.
Oh, that's what Latvia is.
The 11th Olympiad is happening.
It's already happened. Germany got the most medals, but Jesse Owens rubbed it in their face.
Jesse Owens dunked on everybody.
Yeah, basically. I'm gonna stop exercising for the moment. Let me check. Make some edits. Okay, so my divisions aren't so bad to start. Oh, I start with recon too. That's good. I have one cavalry division.
Can we rename our templates and our divisions?
Yes.
Hang on, like actual cavalry with actual horses?
Yep.
Get the fuck rid of those!
They're sometimes useful, but I'm probably going to just get rid of them.
It's Finland!
That's,
They
yeah.
are not useful!
You
Someone
have
hasn't
them.
heard of the Finnish cavalry.
You're right, we haven't.
Them to be using.
We'll just have to make them
Finland,
good.
6 months of the year it's ice, and 6 months of the year it's a infested swamp.
6 months of the year, it's a mistake.
We'll ride polar bears then.
It's bad horse country.
Actually, I only have, I have one cavalry unit. I think I'm gonna get rid of them because I have very little manpower.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, Finnish cavalry. We will remember you.
Now we won't.
Oh, the Soviets have started their leadership purges.
Oh no.
Come on, what's the fun of an alt history game if you're not willing to do something stupid for once? Like, you know, Ryukyu World Conquest.
They actually simulate this screwed up government of the Soviet Union in the board game Memoir 44. where you have to put in all of your turns 1 turn in advance.
Yeah, the purges actually cause a huge problem for them if they get into any early wars. Their divisions are only half as organized as they normally would be, which just destroys their ability to actually do stuff.
Yep.
I was watching a guy, he was playing as Japan, and the Soviets decided to attack him in like 37 or 38. And while the purges were happening, and it was no good for Japan, basically. Let's see. Let's add a recon company to my division here. Oh, Chinese Soviet Republic declared war on Shibei Sanma. That means that they are going to fight for a couple months and then have a truce.
Who was Shibei Sanma?
Warlord clique, basically.
Huh.
Chinese warlords. I better get some tanks. I don't even have the most basic tank.
I mean, it sounds to me, knowing the Winter War like going to happen, and that you're going to have to fight the goddamn Russians, that the idea would just be to reinforce the border as hard as you can with like trenches and shit, trench warfare approach, and just let them free.
Yeah, I might want to do that. That's too far ahead. I need that. I need the radio. But let's see. Diplomacy. Sweden. We like each other.
I mean, you have to be realistic to the technological capabilities of 1936.
Yeah. The Baltic states, Poland. Subsidize the steel mills. Okay, I completed that focus, and that added a production of steel.
I still think we should be buttering up to Sweden too, so we can get an early alliance. It'll make us a lot more
Well, I
secure.
can also just run down the political tree and join the Allies real quick, too.
Also, you really should butter up Sweden just so that you can actually get their iron.
That and they're right on your border. Having 2 threats on your border is worse than having
Well,
one threat.
Sweden's not very likely to go and fight people. In the games I've played, they really don't get into the war. Now, saying that, obviously, I'm probably going to get myself into a war with them, but we've got good opinion of each other, and they're pretty darn democratic.
Like, it's just Sweden has the mines.
Japanese army embraces Nanshin Ran. Its strategies to seize the western colonies. Resource excavation, that's good. Alright, I've got enough stuff here now. Oh no. I can get more construction. The first few years you want to just build up like all your construction research. I've found. Just because like there's not much else. Oh yeah, see, the Chinese Soviet Republic and Shibei Sanma have signed a white peace. So they stopped fighting.
Boring.
Peace is dull.
By the way, you should know it is possible to win the war as Ethiopia. It's just the AI cannot do it.
Because it relies on some convoluted thing, like early start. That might even require RNG.
It involves extreme micromanagement and exploiting the AI.
Well, there goes the Anschluss of Austria.
Alright, so it's worse than the Byzantine started in EU4.
About the same, really.
Got my cars.
Except the Byzantine start is almost reliable these days.
I mean, in terms of what you're up against, it's very similar.
Let's do that. So my biggest problem is my lack of manpower. My country just does not have that many people.
Yep. This is also a problem Ethiopia has. I know this because I've watched somebody do, like, I've seen a couple of attempts where, like,
how do I get rid of that?
People do the war as Ethiopia simply because it's the hardest start in the game.
It's one of the hardest, yeah. How do I get rid of that? I just noticed that I have a national spirit right now that causes me to gain fascism and communism in my country. However, I also have a ban on communism. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna try and get myself up the democratic support. Do I have a dude who will increase the democratic support more?
You have to go in and probably
yes, I do.
You know, do that, but also in
my focus trees.
Focus is go through the white path rather than the reds.
In my focus tree, I'll have to find. There'll have to be somewhere, I guess. Somewhere there must be a way to remove it. Yeah, there it is. Remove political turmoil. So let's start with some political reform. Alright, and I just made some more resources. Now. The right ascendant in France.
Oh no.
I think France might have a civil war. Or they're gonna go communist, which seems to happen more. Somewhere in here I added... yeah, there it is. Tungsten and chromium were added. So my resources are a little bit better now. I'm still out on oil, but I think I'll do... I think I'll try to make some refineries. Anti-Comintern Pact. Germany proposes we sign a pact recognizing the aim of the Communist International known as the Comintern. If I join, Germany gets a good opinion of me, and I get a good opinion of Germany. And then the Soviets don't. I'm gonna refuse, I think. Just because I don't need the... well, also that, and I don't need the Soviets breathing down my neck more. If I'm in the Allies, I'm going to be fighting the Germans anyway.
Yep.
I didn't like them in the first place.
Reject fascism.
Alright, I researched some radios. What else? What else? I feel like there's not much point in me making, like, investing too heavily in my like equipment and technologies and things like that, because I don't have the people to make divisions. I'm wondering how I'm going to handle this.
Research anything that has that's good at attrition.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Like what I don't know how Force tech tree and stuff. What is there that helps with that?
This mod that I've made that has winter clothing that decreases winter attrition and stuff like that.
Okay, that seems like a very good start. If you don't have anything else, that's a good idea.
Yeah. It's a few years till I can get it, though. I think what I'll try to do is I'll go down the army doctrine tree for like superior firepower to make basically my manpower is precious. So let's beat my foes with better technology.
with long range,
going back
with
to
long
Russia.
Yeah.
with long range artillery and warm weather clothing or cold weather clothing.
I am going to switch over to early mobilization.
Yeah, an artillery focus wouldn't be a bad idea.
What's
Because,
that?
I mean, you're going to have a hard time getting an air force going in Finland.
Oh, the Spanish Civil War ended already.
It's
saw.
failing.
Fast!
Yeah, it sometimes it took the last game I played. It took like 4 years to end.
Yeah, that's normal. That was 1 year for the Spanish. What the hell?
That was less. That was 9 months.
Holy shit, Franco!
End of Spanish Civil War.
I'm just gonna go to check now how long exactly the Spanish Civil War lasted in real life.
We're going democratic.
Yay! We have rejected fascism in all its forms.
3 years!
Oh no, the Hindenburg. Sometimes the Hindenburg survives.
What, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that happen in one of my first games when I turned off historical focus.
Who cares? We've rejected fascism in all its forms.
I'm gonna go... So, the mod also adds a whole bunch of national character things. You can choose a foreign relations, law enforcement, state mandate, legal status of women, social order, and war justification pieces, and they'll change around various statistics.
Oh, here's an idea. Actually, can you accept... Is there a way here for accepting refugees?
No, there is nothing like that.
Ah, damn. I thought maybe if you could take refugees from the other countries that are already at war, you could use that to supplement your manpower.
Yeah, there's not really much way for me to get manpower to increase... Well, I mean, I can change my conscription laws.
You can have a draft, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. After a certain point, though, you start taking penalties.
Oh, yeah. People hate the draft.
Yeah. Actually, no, I'm already on the second tier of conscription. Any more than this, I do start taking penalties. But the penalty is increased training time, because basically, you know, you're getting...
People who don't want to be there.
Yeah, for the most part.
Well,
Anybody
clearly,
trading with me?
then maybe if you can't get your manpower up, if there's no real way to do that, keep going for superior firepower and just beg for allies.
The Anglo-Irish trade war ends between Great Depression in Britain and Ireland.
Who died?
Nobody yet. Well, Spain had finished their civil war.
Huh, who won?
Franco.
Spain.
Franco won in 9 months.
Sounds like my wars.
So, like, are Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, are they amenable to, since they're bordering Russia as well?
They're also tiny. They're probably not worth the time.
No. No, you don't. The fascists are trying to...
A broad coalition of democratic parties is always preferable.
Yep. Oh, Amelia Earhart made it around the world.
Alright, go Amelia Earhart.
She can now become a fighter ace, an ace pilot for the U.S., because she survived.
Sometimes she'll just disappear and die.
Presidential election of 1937.
And sometimes she'll be a better pilot than Ted fucking Williams. Yes, noted baseball player Ted Williams. And World War II fighter ace.
Hang on.